Hello and welcome to Rangerverse Medieval D&D. We've got all three of us once again. I'm your DM, Trevor Golding.
I'm Jack Russell, Leo the Turtle.
I'm Anthony Yeatman, Sir Thomas Oliver.
Brandon Folio, Cranston the Blue Ranger.
Okay, so, a little bit of a recap. In our last session, our Rangers got their powers from the wizard Zordon, and they were sent on a quest to annihilate a whole camp of Nylock, of which they did with lightning. Well, Leo did with lightning. And then all they had to do was pick off a couple of stragglers, including a general, of which our knight, Sir Thomas, finished off with a fiery strike. Earth to heaven, I believe. As they say. So, and also our rangers had their own mini quests to complete. Sir Thomas's is completed. His quest was to burn the remains of the general alive, which he did with gusto. Cranston's was to finish an invention or something, if I remember correctly.
It was something like that.
And Leo's was to basically prove a rumor that you can turn a Nylock back into a human being. His is probably going to be the hardest to do. Now, we pick off... let me readjust this a little bit. We pick off right after the fight. So, on the ground, you see the ashes of the Nylock general. And you also see the complete ruin that is the camp. What do you wish to do?
I look at...
Explore the camp, explore the ashes, see if you can find anything on the body.
I look at Thomas Oliver. I think I may have went a little overboard on the camp.
Well, the threat is eliminated, my friend. Shall we go back to Zordon?
Guys,
I say we search these bodies because we might find some goodies.
the Nylocks themselves might be dead, but their energy is still here.
Indeed, I can feel their presence. Search around, see what you can find.
Alright, so everybody that is searching the body of a Nylock, roll an investigation check.
I'm searching the big boy.
I'm looking for the residual energy.
Let me bring up Billy's thing.
And I'm good, I'll just chill. I don't think I need to really look around right now. These guys can check out.
They're dead, but their residual energy is still manifesting.
Alright, so his passive investigation is a 20.
I rolled a 9.
From how I was told it works, I think you do add whatever you roll to that. I could be mistaken, but I'll find out again later. But in total, his would be a 29.
So 29 investigation for Cranston. What about you, Leo?
Alright, let me get mine up. A 20.
Okay, so Cranston, you're very familiar with Nylock energy. After all, you're the one who basically brought us on this quest in the first place.
Yes, I am.
So, you're very familiar with Nylock energy. You know what it feels like. And just as you said, even though all the Nylock in this area are definitely dead, their energy is strong in this area. Like, you especially, it's like, it's pounding down on you. It's so strong.
Everyone, this is extraordinarily bad.
What is it, friend?
Another Nylock. It's feeding off of the residual energy of the dead Nylock. So there's clearly a Nylock here that's feeding off the dead. Some Nylocks do gain power by feeding off of defeated Nylocks.
And Leo, you're searching the ashes of that high-level general that Sir Thomas just killed, and even with that high of a roll, since the body is literally just ash, the only thing you can really find is the trident he was using, which fell next to the ashes of the body. I don't know what you want to do with that, considering it's an assault weapon.
Considering it's a what?
A Nylock weapon. You don't know what properties it may have.
It could be useful. Some Nylocks could be weakened by their own energy.
I picked that up. Into the bag of holding you go.
Okay. So, off story for a moment. Just so you know, Jack, whenever you do pull that trident out again, we'll talk about it because it's special.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
What are we talking here?
We'll get to it.
Special.
When he, I'll mention it again whenever he pulls out the weapon again, because yeah. Anyway, all right. So with that, in all of your own heads, you start to hear the voice of Zordon, and he says, "Good, my mighty mystics, good job. The camp is destroyed. Please come back to the command center." And the door just appears.
I look at them too before. Well, there could still be clues in the camp. Do we want to go now and let the enemy gather up what they can? So we need to search around the camp itself now.
I trust Zordon. I've known him for many years, and if he says it's time to go, then we should leave. I'm going through the door.
The camp itself will be here for a while. That door, that's temporary. We'll go through the door.
I swear.
Going through the door.
We're all going through the door.
Okay. So you go through the door, and again, you see the familiar command center cave, the cave that is Zordon's command center. And Alphaeus is the first one to welcome you. He kind of tugs on all of your clothes to welcome you. And he's just like, "Welcome back, mystics, as Zordon calls you. I will commend you. The Nylock are a worthy foe. Here." And he hands you various materials. Leo, He hands you some more of that ironwood that you were asking for last time. And he's just like, Turtle Man, I found these in my last adventure while you were killing things. You can have it. I have no use for it.
How much am I getting? How much is here?
What did I say that he gave you last time? Like 4 little pieces?
He gave me... Alright, so the pieces he gave me were this long. 4 of those this long, and they were about that thick.
Alright,
so
now he's giving you only 2 pieces, but they're a lot thicker.
So, that thicker? Alright, so this long, that thick, so, like...
Yeah, about... I'd say about as thick as... like...
Okay.
And Cranston, Alpheus hands you some very sharp metals. And he's just like, I've been trying to do something with these. I don't know what kind of metal they are. I know we share the hobby of tinkering. Maybe you can figure out what to do with those.
Very sharp. We should be wearing gloves. I think I just cut myself.
And Sir Thomas, he hands you a new shield.
It's incredible. Excellent work, Alpheus.
That's no normal shield, my knight friend. Zordon blessed it with his magic.
Expect nothing less. Thank you once again.
Of course. Alright, so that shield, Anthony, well, you can name it on your own time if you'd like, but basically what this magic on the shield does is anytime you use it to, like, block projectiles or whatever, it's pretty much guaranteed to block. So you're never going to miss a block with that shield.
Sweetness.
And we'll say it grants you 2 more points to your AC.
Lovely.
Nice.
Alright, and with that, Zordon comes up to you 3 and congratulates you. He's just like, good job, you 3. That camp was a menace to the citizens of Infinitum. And specific congratulations to you, Sir Thomas. You completed your quest with gusto.
Anything I can help, Zordon.
Now, Cranston, Leo, you still have your quests to complete. And
it will be done.
And for that is why Alpheus gave you what he did. Sir Thomas, that shield is a reward.
I shall treasure it always, Zordon.
Since Zordon's here, good thing I have you here, Zordon, Alpheus. Would you mind taking a look at something, seeing if I'd be able to use this fight for something?
What is it?
Alpheus
kind of gives you a quizzical look.
I may have found something to go poke to the enemy. I just want to know if I'll be able to use it.
And you're pulling out the trident?
I'm pulling out the Triana, yes.
Okay, so Zordon... Are you handing it to Zordon, or...?
Yeah, I'm handing it to Zordon unless he's baffled by what I pulled out of my bag.
Zordon takes the trident, and he gives it a good, hard look. And he's just like, actually, let me do a roll here. Okay. So, he's doing an investigation check of his own, and he gives it a nice hard look, and he's just like, You said you got this off of the Nylock.
Yeah.
I've never seen a Nylock use a trident like this. And Alphaeus kind of takes a look at it from his stature. And he... roll. And he's just like... He doesn't know what to make of it. Okay, so, out of story, this is where I'm going to tell you why this trident is special, Jack.
Okay.
Well, basically, you can use this weapon, and I'm about to tell you all about that in-game in a moment.
Okay.
You can use this weapon, but if you use it for too long, it will have negative effects on your stats.
Okay, so it's a cursed item.
Yes.
As I would expect.
So, Zoran says, Leo, I will say up front, it is possible to get some use out of this, but you must be very, very careful.
Okay.
A lot of weapons that the Nylock have acquired, and Cranston, you can back me up on this if you wish. A lot of weapons they've acquired obviously used to be either used or somehow attributed to their previous human selves.
That's correct.
So they usually got corrupted with the individual.
That's normal. That's normally the case.
So, in order for you to use this weapon properly, you're going to have to be mindful that it does have, how you say, a mind of its own.
Oh, it's a sentient weapon.
In a way, yes. Alright, so the specific stat impacts. Basically what's going to happen is, the longer you use the weapon for, and I'm going to do this fight by fight, so if you use this weapon continually through various combats, bad effects will happen. It'll essentially start driving you mad, so you'll lose, 1 intelligence point.
Okay.
And it will also start, weighing on your personality. So you'll lose a point of charisma as well.
Okay.
Alright. And Alphaeus kind of keeps staring at it. And he's just like, I've seen this weapon before. And Zordon says to him, where? I don't know much about his life outside of my kinship with him, so where have you seen this weapon, my friend? He's just like, I do have a life outside of this cave, Zordon. I once knew the human that owned this trident.
You did?
Yes. His name was Larry. We weren't friends, per se. He was he was the local blacksmith in my town. I didn't like Larry. He tried to be my friend. I didn't allow him to be my friend. Do I regret this? Not one bit. If he was allowed to be corrupted by the Nylock, then there was obviously something wrong with him to begin with. And I had a feeling I knew this. So, yeah. That trident was the last thing he made before he got fully corrupted. Well, at least it'll get some use now. Maybe you'll be able to uncorrupt it.
That is possible.
Maybe. We shall see.
And Zoran's just like, interesting. I'm going to have to do some more research on this. Anyway, new quest. So this is going to be the new high-level quest. So you two still have your 2 mini quests, but this is going to be the new high-level quest.
Can I add on to the uncorrupting part?
Well, we'll see whichever comes first.
Okay.
So, Zoran says, there are rumors of a town to the east named Haus. This town, well, the town exists. That's not the rumor. The rumor is the Nylock has supposedly taken over the government of this town. So the town is supposedly all corrupted with some amount of Nylock presence. What I'd like you 3 to do is go in there and investigate. See what you can find.
We will, Zordon.
It shall be done, Zordon.
And with that, he pulls out a empty bottle, and he hands it to you, Cranston. And he's just like, this is no ordinary bottle, Cranston. I've put some magic on it that will allow it to trap Nylock energy.
A Nylock trap?
It doesn't trap the Nylock itself, but it does trap its energy. I would like you to bring me back some of that Nylock energy so I can study it.
If this thing can contain it, it will be caught.
Alright, so basically, Brandon, at some point, whether or not you get into combat this session, whatever happens. But somehow, you're going to need to pull out that bottle and do a d20 roll to figure out how much energy you actually get.
Okay.
So we'll get to that when we get to it.
Sure.
And Alphaeus gets your attention, Sir Thomas. And he's just like, Knight friend, I would like you to know that this town you're going to is very dangerous. Your, how do I put this? Natural charisma may come in handy.
I am up for any challenge, any danger. Never run away from a battle. Morning.
And with that, And with that, Zordon bids you out of the command center, and you are back in front of that Nylock camp. So you haven't changed locations this time. It's literally back where you were.
Is that energy still here?
Why don't you roll another investigation check?
Let's see. 26.
As far as you can tell, it's definitely there, but nowhere near as strong as it was.
I look at Brandon's character, Billy.
Well,
shouldn't you be pulling out that little decanter thingy about now?
Yes, I'm trying, but there's not enough energy for it to work. The energy has to be strong enough for it to activate.
And that's pretty much how it's gonna work. Yeah, it needs to be a lot of it. The bottle is essentially not really sentient, but it can tell how much Nylock energy is in a space. So when there's enough, it'll start glowing.
I look at them. I guess since we're here, we might as well search the camp. They might have left something behind to tell us where they might be going next.
And once we've done enough searching, we'll go to the direction Zordon told us to go.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so you head into the ruins of the camp. And from what you can see, you don't need to roll anything for this. From what you can see, that lightning strike, or multiple lightning strikes, did a number on this camp. Any little huts or anything that looked like a structure is just gone. And the fence that was around the camp is also completely just ash.
Oh.
So it's pretty much just all wood of various types that was mashed together to make various structures.
Well, it doesn't seem like we'll find much of what we're trying to look for, friends. Everything seems to be in...
You said various woods. I would like to do an investigation check to see if they used ironwood.
Okay, so go ahead.
Let's see. 33 investigation check to see if they used ironwood.
Okay. So with that, they did not use ironwood.
Okay.
But they did use various other different types of normal, everyday woods that you might find in a forest.
Okay. I don't care about the normie wood.
Alright. So, and so, Cranston, out of the corner of your eye, you notice something sparkle.
Guys, do you see that?
See what? What is it?
Like
Alright, so Leo and Sir Thomas, why don't you roll perception to see if you saw it?
Very well, I shall.
Alright. Let me get my thing up.
Alrighty. 6, and what is my modifier again?
Let me pull up yours first real quick. Perception. It's taking a minute. Let's see, perception. You got a what on the die?
6.
6, so you got a 20 perception.
Okay. So plus 14. I'll remember that.
I got a 18 on perception.
Okay, so you guys definitely saw it as well. And it was very quick. It was literally just a sparkle of something to all of your right.
Let's follow it.
Good idea.
Alright, so I'm not gonna have you keep rolling perception every time you want to look for this thing, because you saw what the sparkle was.
Yeah.
As far as you can tell, it was literally just a split-second sparkle of really bright light. So that's what you're essentially looking for.
Right. So I say, let's follow it. Cranston said, good idea. So I guess we're all chasing after it. Are we in agreement on that?
Yep.
Alright. So, we'll say after about 5 minutes of searching, you all see it pop up for another split second.
There it is.
But this time, a little bit duller.
It happened again, but it's not as bright.
Odd. I would have thought us getting closer, the light would have brightened. Could it be sort of fading magic?
So,
Leo,
do any of you three have any magical or arcana type investigation skills?
I do.
I had a feeling that you might. To be completely honest. So, Leo, why don't you do an Arcana check?
That is a 27 with a nat 20.
Alright. So, by focusing on the little bit of energy that you felt with this sparkle, you definitely notice this is definitely a magical energy.
Okay.
And that's all I'm going to say for now. This is a magical substance of some sort.
I tell him it's a magical substance of some kind. I'm not sure yet.
Is it friendly, or is it another enemy, you think?
Maybe it's trying to lead us somewhere, and it's getting dimmer the closer we get.
Whatever it is, it's not part of the Nylock. This is something else.
Whether it's part of the Nylock, I don't know. Yet.
Keyword is yet.
Okay. So, why don't you roll me one more Arcana, Leo?
Let's see, what's that? A 24 on Arcana check.
Okay. So, this time, focusing really hard, not only are you feeling the energy, but you can actually sort of see what this thing is. It is a creature.
Okay.
You don't know what it is, but it's definitely trying to show you something.
I don't say nothing to them, but I talk to this thing. You want us to follow you?
And it doesn't make any expressions. It just kind of sparkles again, and you see it move forward.
I take that as a yes. We're following the light in the distance.
I see it coming closer.
jokes. There are going to be aplenty in this
Someone had
series.
to do it.
Anyway, so yes, whatever this creature is does want you to follow it. So I'm assuming you follow.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So following this sparkling creature for another little bit, it stops in front of another pile of rubble. And it's not sparkling now. But you all hear something in your heads. It's not a voice. It's just sort of a high-pitched whine. It doesn't really hurt. It's just there.
Okay.
What's going on here?
I don't know, but I think we need to move those pile of rocks.
Very well. Let's get started.
Alright, so all three of you roll investigation.
Okay. Ooh, nat 20.
14.
Oh, then
14, okay.
I gotta get back to mine. You said investigation?
Yeah.
And let's see, investigation. That would be a 22.
Okay. So, Leo and Sir Thomas, you're rummaging through this rubble, and you see a face staring at you. It's like a mask. Like one of those, you know those Oni masks that some of the Japanese wear when they're doing their weird dance shows?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember what the name of it is, but you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It sort of looks like that, except more scaly to look like a Nylock.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And you can hear, all three of you can hear, this mask is where that noise is coming from.
That mask, I think it might be alive.
How could it be? It's just an inanimate object.
Possessed.
Alright, I'm gonna put this thing up. It's just a mask, right? It's not attached to anything?
It's a mask.
Alright. So, yeah, I pick this thing up, and... What do you make of it, Leo?
Let's see. I would have to... I'm going to do another Arcana check now that... I'm assuming I'll have to do another Arcana check and a history check on this thing.
Yes, roll both.
Alright, for the Arcana... Let's see, 27 on Arcana, and for history, a 26 on history, 27 on Arcana.
Alright, so let's break it down this way. Leo, you've seen a mask like this before.
Okay.
You know that they tend to be found in places where the Nylock intend, or you don't, since you don't know much about the Nylock, all you know is these masks are normally found in places where an evil force intends to conquer. And that's what you get from your knowledge history check. Now, when it comes to the magical properties, you can feel the energy basically throbbing from this thing.
Okay.
and it's a very strong vibe.
Like bad vibe,
you get the
good
feeling
vibe.
you don't want to put that thing on.
He still has it in his hand.
Yeah, he's holding
right?
it.
I gently I'll take that into the bag of holding you go.
What's going on? What's wrong?
You don't want to get that thing close to your face.
Thank you for telling me. I'll be more careful next time.
And, Cranston, at this point, you notice your bottle is glowing.
Whatever it is, it's giving off strong Nylock energy.
Quick, Leo, the mask. This is Cranston's opportunity.
Bring out the mask again. Hold
All
it.
right. So this is how we're gonna do this. Jack, as Leo, you're going to basically hold the mask in front of Cranston, and Cranston, you're going to hold the bottle in front of the mask, and it'll do its thing. So now I would like you to roll a d20, and we will see how much of the energy you actually get.
19.
Okay, you get a lot.
That's a lot of it.
And Leo, as Cranston is acquiring this energy from the mask,
Alright.
you just keep getting the feeling that this thing is not kosher.
Like,
So,
something bad's gonna happen if this continues.
yeah.
I get that feeling that I don't care if he's still sucking the energy out, that thing is going right back in the bag.
Alright. So, with that, you all finally hear the sparkling creature start speaking. And it's just like, I wanted you to find this because the last one to wear this killed my people.
That's horrible. Tell us, friend, what is your name?
Lamea.
Lamea. The one who wore this mask before. Does he still walk, or has he been defeated by someone else?
I saw you, Turtle Man, call the lightning strike.
Yeah, that was me.
You got him.
Oh, well then there's nothing to worry about, it seems.
That mask is in no way good. Do not put it on.
Understood. People, my friend.
I'm just thinking to myself about this
avenging my
mask.
people.
And I say you're welcome. Now I'm back in thought because I'm thinking about something.
I hope we will cross paths again one day.
Anything
And with
is
this, the creature, Lamea, shines real bright again. It's almost blinding. And before it disappears, you all feel a calm wash over you. Like, all of the evil energy in this area is just gone.
Did you feel that?
Yes, I feel feel a lot more at ease. For some reason, I can't think of
I feel happy.
As do I. Come on, let's continue our quest, comrades.
Yep.
Okay. So, coincidentally, the town that Zoran wants you to go to is not too far away from this camp. So, you'll get there if you just keep going east, essentially.
Okay.
East it is.
Alright. So, about a day passes.
Alright.
Wow.
A day's travel. And now you're just starting to see... I already forgot what I named that town.
I forgot it also.
Something with an H, right? Helia?
Let's roll with it, I say.
Yeah, that might be it.
Alright, well, whatever. You're starting to see this town on the horizon now. And it looks even busier than Infinitum was. Whereas Infinitum was essentially like a small town that you might find in a rural state. This is like a bustling metropolis, not unlike Chicago or New York.
Or
Okay.
that's also a good one, as an example.
So you continue on, and you can already tell, without even having to roll anything, the vibe in this place is off. You can't really tell specifically what's going on, but this doesn't feel like Infinitum. This doesn't feel like a normal town. The people and the structures, they may look essentially normal, but something's off about this place.
I wish I pull Sir Thomas and Billy to the side and whisper, if we have to figure out if this town is been infiltrated at the highest government level, why not cause a little bit of disturbance or walk around with certain things out, see if we get reactions, and eventually higher ups or guards will come and get us.
Good idea. We could do more damage that way.
You're saying to bring the fight to us?
Well, not fight. It's just bring out people that are suspected of this, and then if we can avoid a fight, let's. But if not, then we will have to fight, obviously. What I'm saying is, let's see if we can cause a commotion with the items we have, like I say the mask and the staff, or just the staff to be on the safe side.
What do you propose? A little citywide destruction?
No, not that. If this Triana / Trident actually did belong to a Nylock, and we are in a Nylock town, I'm pretty sure that's going to raise some eyebrows with us walking around with this thing.
It's in your bag, my friend.
I pull it out. You're the one in the armor, but I would like this back when we are done.
Okay, then. I guess I'm going to try it now.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Essentially, your plan is to get the attention of the guards by flaunting these Nylock items you found?
Well, let's say what I'm trying to do is see if we can make them believe we are new recruits to the cause, and if this place is run by Nylock at the highest level, it might grab their attention and they might reveal themselves.
Ah.
Good thinking.
So, you're trying to be medieval CIA.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think how I'm gonna play this now, because I had a plan, and just like every other DM ever, my plan has gone out the window because of my players. Okay, how am I gonna do this? All right, yeah, I think this will work. All right, so Sir Thomas, you're the one holding the trident. All right. So you've entered the town, and as I said, the vibe is off with this place. So you pull out the trident. You figure this will get me recognized.
It sort of draws some attention.
And without fail, you are getting looks. A lot of people are staring at the three of you.
Just keep walking, let's find a tavern or a bar and act casual. Eventually they will come to us.
Act normal.
I'm holding a trident.
And, alright, so whoever wants to roll a perception check to try to find a tavern. Or a meeting place of some sort.
Alright. Since he's the leader, he's the trident holder here. You want to roll a d20, Anthony.
Alright.
And I'm going to help him with his roll.
Okay.
So
well,
tell me...
You're rolling perception, Anthony.
Yeah, I rolled a 2. My modifier is...
Alright, so passive perception. Okay, so you rolled a 2, that's 16. With my roll, he got a 29.
Okay, so looking around, you can see a lot of people are gathered in front of this building called Grunts. Not Grunt, Gorunt. G-A-R-U-N-T.
Okay.
Interesting name.
So, you're going toward this Grunts?
This looks like the place we're looking for. Let's step inside.
Alright. So, as you get closer to this place, people are starting to talk. And with all of your passive perceptions, we'll say you hear glimpses of what they're talking about. They're just like, do you see those guys with that weapon? Who are they? Are they part of the Nylock? And another one's just like, don't mention their name. We could get in trouble.
I just to add effect, because we gotta keep the illusion look in that direction.
Okay, so now you're right in front of the door to Garunt's.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice there's actually a guard in front of this place.
Okay.
Oh, security.
So, and the guard notices you, Sir Thomas, you specifically, Sir Thomas, with that weapon, and he's just like, I don't know who you are, but I'm assuming you're important because you have that.
Step aside.
And he's just like, why should I?
Would you like to find out what this weapon can do? I pointed out its face.
Roll intimidation.
I'm gonna help him.
Roll the 7.
Alright. Alright, 7 for you plus your intimidation factor. That's 15, and I got a net 20.
Ooh.
All right, so this guy just kind of gets a look on his face, like, okay, this guy means business, and he just moves.
Gotcha. One moment.
Without a word, he just moves.
Gotcha. One moment, please.
1 moment for me, but if he goes in, if he walks forward, I go in with him.
All right, so Anthony, are you going in?
Hell yeah.
All right, so all three of you are going into this establishment.
You two go,
so
I
you walk
go.
through the doors, and you can see this is essentially like a high rollers club of sorts.
Cool. We found a casino.
Yeah, there's gambling all over the place. You see people playing various games, and there's music on a stage in the back. And the musicians have a bit of a crowd.
Okay.
You know that the nobility tend to hide out in places like this, so you might be able to find something that you're looking for.
All right. I guess what I'm going to do now is I'm looking around. Is there a bar nearby?
There is.
All right. I'm going to walk up and find a bartender and be like, we were hoping for some information. Can you oblige with that? And I throw him a gold piece away.
He takes it, bites it,
Of course.
spits. Just on the floor. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what kind of information you looking for?
We were wondering if you could tell us a little bit about some rumors going about this town. Supposedly, Nylock taken over this place.
How about y'all take around the drinks first?
Fine. 3 rounds of whatever your best stuff is.
And he pulls out these drums of who the hell knows what.
Mm-hmm.
He pulls out some mugs, pours a glass each for y'all, and just pushes it in front of you with very authoritative force. And says, take a sip.
Hey, trying to think.
Alright, so at this point I'm going to need to know who is going to take a sip of this stuff.
That's what I'm saying. I know it's a check, but I don't know what check it is.
I'm trying to think of the word.
I'm trying to see if this is... Oh, no, it would be survival to see if this stuff is, like, poisoned, I believe.
Yeah, do a survival check.
Survival.
Which is, I was going to recommend, right? I'll go first, just to be on the safe side. And then I'll, roll for survival.
Alright. I can roll mine. Thomas can help me.
Yeah.
Alright, I rolled a natural 20, so...
I got a 19
The second
on that.
at 20 for Anthony.
Nice.
Yes, so with that, usually it's, alright, so with that, with my roll on the die alone, with him helping me, that's a 39, but with my proficiency in survival, that is a 46.
Alright. So, with that high of a roll, Leo, you can tell it's not poison,
Okay.
but you still might not want to drink it.
I look at him. How strong do you... I look at Sir Thomas. How strong do you believe your gut to be?
I can handle any drink.
I was going to say you bet 2 gold coins on that.
Oh, so you just downed the whole thing.
Right, he said he wants us to have a drink, and I down the whole thing. Now this guy better start talking.
Okay. So, with that, you start to feel the sensation like you want to give out the real reason why you're here. So out of story, there was essentially a truth serum in that liquor.
Truth serum. Okay.
Alright.
Kind of was being truthful, right? I wanted to know.
Yeah, but now you're compelled to basically give out everything you know.
Oh!
Gotcha. Okay,
Hang
so
on.
sporadically telling the truth.
Hang on. Compelled like he's been charmed to.
Essentially.
That might not work for him.
Oh. Alright, see, you gave him some sort of shenanigan to resist charms?
Alright, so you know how he said he was part of out of game, you know how he said he was part of the Royal Army, and like he's part of the King's personal Royal Guard?
Yeah.
Based on that, I did give him one thing. I believe we talked about it. I don't know if you forgot. It was stuff since he's part of the Royal Guard. He is given things to help against, and he is given certain things to help aid him in his fight against the Nylock, any enemy that would threaten the kingdom.
Oh, so one of those is like a charm resistance.
It's called the Ring of Mind Shielding.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Alright, well, I haven't heard anything about this, so...
Okay. I'm just
All right,
going off of...
He has this mind shielding thing. Does that pretty much mean that this truth serum does nothing to him? Or does he need to have to roll or something?
He doesn't have to roll.
Okay, so so basically, I've just got to play this off like, oh, this didn't work?
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, that's fine. No, because... Alright, again, my plan's going south. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so, Sir Thomas.
Yes.
You down this thing, and for a second, you start to feel the effects that I was trying to say before. Like, you were about to be compelled to let everything loose. But then...
Right.
The ring starts to... The effects of the ring start to take effect, as it were. And it literally just... The effects are gone. Like, you were literally about to let everything loose, and then the ring said no.
Huh. That was bizarre.
And the bartender is just like, do you not have something to tell me, friend?
No, but I believe you're hiding something. And I think I've made myself worthy of finding out what it is. So,
Alright,
what do you...
let me do a roll here. Zeppel, don't eat that.
Oh dear, no.
You'd be surprised. Alright, with that, he's just like, you mentioned the Nylock.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like to talk about the Nylock around these parts. You may have noticed that drink you just downed there, and I will commend you. You do have some wherewithal. I was trying to get you to give me some information.
Unfortunately, friends, this isn't the first time I've been to this scenario.
I can tell. Exactly what did you want to know?
We heard the Nylock have taken over the government of this thing, and we're here to stop them. So, where can we find them?
Let me roll again. I'm not prepared to know any of that. All I can say is the Nylock do have influence in this establishment.
Yes, it reeks of corruption in here, but what gambling hall isn't?
Now, I suggest, and he lowers his voice and says to the three of you, I suggest that you go find the one.
The one?
That's
Which
what
one?
he goes by. He can tell
Any
you
idea?
everything you want to know.
And where do we find this one?
He'll be at the far table from the right of the stage.
Stage. Is he still close sense? Whisper, do they ever come in here and get a drink?
The Nylock don't eat or drink.
Okay.
Well, at least not mortal food.
What about that stuff you gave to my friend here? Point. I'm gonna put my head toward Thomas Oliver.
Where do you think I acquired such a drink, friend?
Okay. If they ever came in here and got a drink from you with those barrels, you mind if I do a little something to them?
I doubt it'll have the same effect, but do your best. Good
All
luck.
right. How many barrels are here?
3.
3. And I look at him.
He poured a drink for each of you out of your own separate barrels.
Okay. I look at him and say, you don't give this to no one but the Nylock.
And why should I listen to you, turtle?
Because what I'm about to do, you don't want to lose your fine customers now, do you?
you know how to speak my language.
Exactly.
I like you, Turtle.
And I like you.
And he flips a silver piece your way.
Thank you. Okay, you guys might want to back up a few steps.
Very well.
And I open up all 3 barrels. And
So, before we go any further, I need to know exactly what you're going to try to do with this.
Basically, I'm going to put my hand in here and use my cantrip.
You're going to do that poison thing inside the liquor?
Yeah. And mix it up to where they come and drink it. The more Nylock that drink this, the more that die.
Nice.
But not before they spill out their guts with the truth serum that's in here.
Good thinking.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let me get this straight. You're going to put your hand into this liquor.
I don't have to put it in the liquor itself. It's just it would mix better if I did.
Oh, so essentially I'm asking, are you putting your hand into this liquid?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I need to know, which barrel are you doing this with first? The one to the right, the one in the middle that was given to Sir Thomas, or the one to the right?
I will do the one in the middle that was given to Sir Thomas.
Okay. So, you're putting your hand in?
Yeah.
Alright. So, you put your hand in, and you use your cantrip, which is instant, correct?
It is, and I can use that. I'm going to, for each one, I'm going to do it, let's see. I'm going to do it 3 times per barrel, just to be on the safe side.
Alright. So, alright, I'll do it this way. Alright, so you put your hand in the barrel, and you can kind of even feel the effects of what it was supposed to do to Sir Thomas before his ring took effect. It's not that strong, but you can almost feel like you want to lay out your life story as you're poisoning this stuff.
Okay.
And so the truth serum liquor is poisoned.
And
so now which barrel are you moving to? The right or the left?
The right.
Alright. So
I do look at
you're putting your hand in the barrel.
Doing it 3 times, but before I do that, I look at Sir Thomas and Brandon. If I start to mutter or if I feel like I'm about to stutter, or if I start stuttering, that's your cue to get me away.
Understood.
Yes.
Okay. So, roll me another survival check, Leo, as you put your hand into this liquor.
All right. Survival. That would be a nat 20.
What is with the nat 20s this episode? Alright, so you put your hand in the barrel and you begin the poisoning process. And unlike the barrel that Sir Thomas's liquor was from, where you start to kind of feel like you want to give out your life story, this one, you can feel it almost eat at your skin.
Okay.
Yikes.
It's not too bad. Like, it's not enough to actually damage your health. But if you weren't a naturally armored individual, it would.
Okay.
So that barrel is poisoned. And you take your hand out and you can see the effects of it on your hand.
Alright.
And it's smoking.
I'd say you've bitten off a little bit more than you could chew, my friend.
I have another. If I lose this one, I have another one.
I pray that's your dominant arm, friend.
And now on the last barrel, I used my other non-damaged hand.
Okay. So, with this, okay, I'm going to tell you the effect that I want this liquor to supposedly have on you, and you're going to tell me what kind of check it would be to stop it from happening.
Okay.
Okay, so what I want this essentially to do when you put your hand in,
Alright.
is essentially it's essentially a normal charming spell in the liquor. So you put your hand in and you're very friendly towards this bartender.
That would be a... Actually, I know what check that is. That is a... I believe that's a con save.
Okay,
So
roll.
You're resisting the effects. No,
Yes,
it's
roll
a wisdom
Constitution
phase.
for me. Roll a Constitution save.
Alright. That would be a 24 Constitution save.
24. Okay. So, you put your hand in, and you feel very calm.
Okay.
You start feeling like this bartender was nice to us.
I'm thinking that. Okay.
But it's okay. Let me out of DM mode.
Out of game.
Essentially, it's affecting you, but it's not fully affecting you.
Okay.
So you're half charmed.
Friends, nothing more.
Yes, friends, nothing more. I look at but I do effectively do what I need to do with this.
It's still poisoned, yeah.
Okay.
Just not as much as the other barrels.
Okay.
So the others are like uber poisoned. This is a little bit poisoned.
Alright.
Compared to the others. Got it.
And you are semi-charmed.
Alright. So I guess I'll just leave that barrel where I left it. How many times did I do this on that barrel?
I'll say you got one good full poison blast.
Alright. Then, so I say, I look at them, I put the lids back on, look at the bartender, say, don't let no one drink this except for them. And I look at you, get me out of here.
Alright, let's do this.
Alright, so exactly what are you two going to do to get Leo away from these barrels in this bar?
I guess we're gonna try and drag him away, if anything.
Alright, so both of you roll strength checks.
I'm not resisting.
Alright.
So if I'm not resisting, they would automatically pass.
Alright, so
7.
It doesn't matter what you roll, then. He's not resisting. It doesn't matter. So he's a heavy turtle, so he's not the easiest to move, but you move him enough to get him away from the bar, and more towards this one character you heard about. So, what's your next move?
I hope you're doing.
And with that, you all see the bartender kind of wink at you.
Okay, that is this bartender a woman? Not bartender, but is this person a woman?
You don't know yet. You gotta find out.
I'm assuming if they gave us the wink, I'm going to assume woman, but okay.
No, the bartender winked at you, the one that you were just pulled away from.
Has been used.
Okay. I will...
Essentially acknowledging the fact that you don't want him to feed that special poisoned liquor to anyone else.
Okay, and let's find that. I look at them, let's find that person that bartender told us about, and I gotta go take my medication, so I will be right back.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're looking for this one now, then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Alright, so...
We weren't given any physical description, so we're kind of on our own with trying to find who he is.
So, you did get some vague directions. He said the table to the right of the stage.
Table to the right of the stage.
So, I'm guessing you're just going to go up to that table?
Sure, let's do it.
What could go wrong?
Okay, so you go up to this table, and this is a high rollers club / casino. They're gambling. What's your move?
What kind of gambling are they doing? Are they doing something similar to poker? Are they doing craps? They doing...
It's a dice game. You don't recognize it.
Gotcha.
Well, we'll try not to be suspicious and just try to join them and see what we could get out of them.
Alright.
Know what we're doing, then maybe we shouldn't play. Maybe we should just observe for now, and maybe figure out the rules as we go.
We could ask them, build a conversation, and see if this is our guy.
Okay.
Alright, so are you just posing a question to the table?
Sure.
Ask away.
Hey, so what are you guys playing?
And someone in a dark cloak looks up at you. All you see is his eyes. And he says, "If you don't know what this is, you don't deserve to be here, friend."
Okay.
Why don't you let me do some talking, Cranston?
Yeah.
We're just here to have a good time. They don't have this where we come from. Let's just say we're new to the group. We just want to fit in. Tell us how to play.
Roll persuasion.
Gotcha.
And I believe that's a charisma modifier, if I'm correct. And I obviously don't know what that is for you. Jack will when he comes back. So let's just take the straight roll for now.
Alright, well, I rolled a 13, so...
Alright, so he looks at you now, Sir Thomas. He kind of nudges his buddy next to him, who also looks at you. He's not wearing a cloak or anything, so you can see his face. This is a human, but you can tell he is not really all there. He's not. I'm not saying drunk or high or anything. I'm saying mentally not all there.
Right, crazy. Got it.
Yeah, and he's just shakes, and he's just like, "This game isn't for the normies. We play for keeps."
Try me.
And then the guy on the other side of him, he looks at the three of you, and he's shorter, so you get the sense this is either a gnome or a dwarf, and he's also in a cloak. And he says, "Have a seat, friends," in a very sly tone.
I look over at Cranston, and then I look back at him. We just sit down.
Okay. So, and I'm assuming Leo's going to do the same thing as you would, because he's not here, and he made it seem like he would follow the group before he left.
Yeah,
So,
he tends to follow whatever I do and stuff, so. Yeah,
the three of you sit down, and without going into detail, basically, this is craps on steroids.
Okay.
So, it's a dice-based game. We'll play it as craps, and we'll get to the supernatural element when it comes to that.
Gotcha.
So, what... Do you guys have a D100 on your apps?
Pretty sure it does. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so Jack, all you missed was a little bit of persuasion to get you sitting down at this gambling table where the one is supposedly sitting.
Okay.
And essentially this is supernatural craps.
Okay.
So we're playing it as craps, and when the supernatural element comes in, I'll let you know.
Okay.
So I just asked if you all have a D100 available to you in the apps you're using.
Mine does.
So they do.
I do.
Okay, good. So
Actually, I even got regular dice too for that.
you actually have a physical D100?
Well, basically a D100 is your normal 1d10 die and your perceptile. So like this die right here with the 80 and stuff on it.
Oh, yeah. I get you.
And then you use this in a regular D10, which is this, and you got your D100 right there.
Nice. Alright, so whoever is going to roll first, roll the D100.
Alright, I'll take initiative then.
Alright.
60.
What'd you say?
66.
66. Okay. And so you notice, as soon as you sit down, you notice that these are not normal dice. They don't have numbers on them. They have essentially occult symbols that you have never seen.
Peculiar.
So, with the roll you just rolled, we'll say you roll the die, and the symbol starts glowing blue with the other dice around the table. And at this point, I will need you to roll a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Rolling a d20. I rolled the dreaded nat 1. This won't end well.
No, it will not. Alright. So you get a blast of pain straight to your brain.
Ah!
That's 4 psychic damage.
Ouch.
So, how much health does he have?
Alright, let me go to his stuff real quick.
I know before Jack beefed me up, I had like 48 hit points, but...
No, I did everything right. He's at 40, with the 4 he lost just now, he's at 46.
Okay.
Alright.
So, who's rolling next?
I am.
Okay. Roll the D100.
That 100.
Okay. So, again, you notice these dice.
Okay.
And you've actually seen some of the symbols on these dice. Not all of them, but some of them.
Okay.
This is essentially a D100 from this regular world,
Okay.
but instead of numbers, it's all occult symbols.
Okay.
So it's 100 different occult symbols on this die.
Alright.
You roll it, and yours starts glowing green, while the others are glowing yellow.
Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
And nothing happens.
Okay.
So, Cranston, you're left. Roll the D100.
90.
Okay. So, you, being the most knowledgeable of the Nylock, you recognize a lot more of these symbols than your companions do.
Fascinating.
So, you roll the die. Yours, so wait a minute. Anthony, what did I say what color did I say yours glowed?
Red.
Blue.
Blue.
It was blue.
So his glowed green. Alright. So, Cranston, you roll a die. Yours glows purple, while the others glow black. And I'm going to need you to roll a Constitution save.
Let me go in his thing.
7.
Hang on. That's what he got on the die roll.
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, he rolled. Plus.
Constitution plus 7. Let's see, 5, 6. 9 plus 7 is 16, I believe.
Okay.
9 plus 7 is 16. Yeah.
So, you just barely passed that. You needed a 15. So, with that, you start to feel your insides just squeeze up against themselves supernaturally. Like, you didn't drink any of the stuff that the bartender gave you, so you're just confused. Why am I feeling sick? And then, as you feel yourself almost about to puke, you don't. And
Game I've ever played.
at this point, the dwarf in the cloak says this to all of you. This is a game of Poggle.
Okay.
Essentially, this is a game this town has been playing for generations. And it's only done within the elite. So, and he looks at you, Sir Thomas, and it's just like, I saw what you got on the dice. I genuinely feel bad for you, friend. That was an unlucky roll. And then he looks at you two, Leo and Cranston, and he's just like, starting to see what this game is about.
Well, I seen what it's doing to them. I didn't feel anything.
And he's just like, I saw you over there with the bartender. Overheard your conversation.
So then you know for the one called. Any idea what?
He may or may not be at this table. What kind of information are we looking for?
Leah, why don't you handle that since luck is on your side better than it is mine?
Something that will allow us to find the thing we're looking for. I'm trying to be as vague as possible, so if they might be at the stable, so they don't realize what we're actually doing here. Something that might help us find what we are looking for.
I'm gonna need a little bit more than that. And he rolls his D100 for lack of a better term. You see the symbol on his glow bright white, and all the other dice on the board glow a very dark red. And his eyes glow the same color as his die. Alright, so
his eyes is glowing, same color as his dice, right?
yes. And
Bright light.
Jack, I'm gonna need some more help here. Well, essentially, what I want to happen here is I want you all to roll whatever type of save it is for, like, he's trying to extract information from you directly from your brain.
Okay.
So would that be wisdom? Intelligence?
Let's see. So you're talking about information, right? From our brains?
Yeah.
That would be intelligence.
Okay. So all of you roll intelligence saves.
10.
10. His intelligence saving throw is for him is a plus 12 for Brandon's character. So he's got a 22. I have a 24 on my intelligence saving throw.
Anthony, what did you roll?
And I rolled a 4 plus whatever my modifier would be.
Alright, your intelligence saving throw. You said you rolled a 4?
Unfortunately.
I'm gonna roll to help him out.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so let's see, 4 plus 5. He gotten a 24 as well.
Alright, so you all saved. So he didn't extract any information from any of you. So you all see his eyes glowing that bright white, same as the dye. And you all feel a probing sensation in your brains.
Alright.
But nothing is really coming of it. It's not hurting. It's just like something's in there trying to get at you.
Alright, now, if he's doing this, if he's probing our mind, if he's in our mind searching, is it possible that we could see into his as well? Because it is technically, for something like this, kind of, if you're, depending on how you're doing this.
That should be both ways.
Yes, so what I want to do first is roll an Arcana check to see what the hell he's trying to do.
Okay, go ahead.
I look at, I might need some help here, Anthony.
Oh.
So basically, roll your d20.
Rolling the d20. 16.
16, 28. 16, 28. Plus 7.
16, 28. That should be.
Plus 7. I think it's 35.
Okay.
35 Arcana check.
Okay. So, while you're...
330317.
Okay, so while you're feeling this probing sensation, you have enough mind to realize what kind of magic this is.
Okay.
It's essentially a more direct version of the charming spell that the bartender tried to use on Sir Thomas with that liquor.
Oh, the ring of mind showing would have protected him then.
Yeah. Well, it's not a charm. It's just the information-based part of it. It's essentially a spell to literally extract information from someone's brain. And you guys all resisted it. But, Leo, you have enough mind to realize you might be able to redirect this.
Alright, and I'm going to do that. So I'm trying to think. I believe that would be insight type. I believe that would be insight because I'm getting insight into what he's trying to do.
That would be an insight.
A nat 20, my second one, like Sir Thomas.
I think that's your third, actually.
No, that's my second.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever you say, man. I could have sworn it's your third, but whatever. Okay, so nat 20 insight. Alright. So, as I said, you have enough mind to realize you might be able to redirect this, so you try it. So you're essentially staring just right back into his glowing eyes, and Sir Thomas and Cranston, you notice that the other dice were all glowing that dark red before. Now the colors are switching. His die is glowing red, and the others are all glowing white. And Leo, you're now seeing directly into this cloaked dwarf's head, and you hear the phrase "one" over and over again. And you see an image of a Nylock general standing over an entire council.
Okay.
And with that, the dwarf just shakes his head, and he's just like, "What did you just do, Turtle?"
I think you didn't try to do to us first.
You shouldn't have tried that, friend. And that's where we'll end it.
Okay.
Great.
Alright, so with that, what is going to happen to our mighty mystics in this High Rollers Club? You'll have to watch on to find out. I'm your DM, Trevor Golding.
Oh, shut up.
I'm Jack Russell, Leo the Turtle.
Anthony Geedman, Sir Thomas Oliver.
Brandon Folio, Cranston the Blue Ranger.
Alright, and with that, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Rangerverse Medieval D&D. You can, of course, find this series on YouTube. I'm working on getting this in podcast form on places like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can also find us on our Instagram, Rangerverse Medieval YT on Instagram. I personally have access to that account, and I post anything related to this podcast and Power Rangers in general. And that is definitely the best place to find out when we post new episodes, besides notifications on YouTube themselves. So, with that, like, subscribe, hit that bell, and may the power protect you.
Yep.
Always.
Have a good one.